Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and we have another episode of the Needle Drop podcast for you. In this episode, we have two of the content creators in the growing community of commentary channels, Nfkrz and Pyrocynical. We talk with them about drama, about memes, about YouTube, about a lot of stuff. It's a pretty lengthy podcast, and they talk a lot. Now, if you want to support this podcast, there are several ways you can do so. You can do what you're doing now. Watch it on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your mom. You can also hit up down there in the description box our support page where you can get up-to-date episodes of this podcast sent straight to your email inbox for a small monthly fee. Also down there in the description box is our Amazon Associates link. Anything you buy on Amazon, if you live in the US, we get kicked back from it. Does not add to your overall price. And you can also subscribe to backlogged episodes of this podcast on iTunes, linked down there below too. And I think that's it, guys. Okay? You're the best. Enjoy the episode. Ba-bam! Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it is time for another episode of the Needle Drop podcast. And in this episode, we have two guests. We are interviewing two creators, YouTube content creators from across the net, hailing from the UK and Russia, two of the content creators who you might know from the growing community of commentary channels. We have Nfkrz, aka the Moscow Sad Boy, and we have Pyrocynical, aka Tony Bamanaboni.
Bamanaboni. Fuck's sake. That man will be dead in a week.
It will, but you know, in this episode, we're going to talk about their channels, the commentary community. I'm sure lots of memes and regrets and personal information will come up in the middle of this episode too. And I believe that we also have Leafy on the line as well. Is that true?
Hey guys, it's Leafy. Welcome to a brand new video.
Leafy, how are the memes biting today?
It's pretty good. No shots fired, Leafy, by the way. That was just a little meme here and there, okay?
Yeah, a little meme in here and there. It's okay. It's all right.
It's too late, guys. I hear the Keemstar drama alert intro. It's too late. 10 Reddit posts out. Nfkrz has abused Leafy on the internet. Don't give Nfkrz a platform to defend himself.
Okay, so you guys already just opened up the Keemstar floodgate. I'm wondering if we should get into that now or if we should just come to it later after we do a little bit more introduction here.
Whatever's more comfortable for you two. I'm fine to tackle any topic at the moment.
All right, so give me a little bit of background. First Pyrocynical, then Nfkrz. As to what exactly you guys do on your channel. Why the fuck does anybody watch your cancerous content? Okay, you know, just give me a short little elevator pitch here, you know?
Okay, so if anyone has watched my content, they've clicked on it on total accident. I'm pretty sure my entire following is people accidentally clicking on my video. Like, it's just a horrible mistake, honestly. It's commentary channels with horrible clickbait titles, no substance whatsoever, and probably some kind of CSGO surf or some kind of gameplay background, pretty much. It's just, but being serious, it's more about, it's a weird one to pinpoint because it can be varied in a sense. Because originally, I think commentary started off as people talking about life stories in a sense. And when I say life stories, it was either
smoking weed.
It was either smoking weed or almost died because someone tripped over me. Almost died experience. Like if you type in almost died phase, there's like 7 stories, and I think 3 of them are by like the same channel. It's just almost died 3 times.
They basically retell stories of each other to make a video.
So they would have started off, in a sense, as life stories, but then they evolved into more of like a reaction commentary sense. So it's taking someone's video, whether that be like some really old 2012 meme that's gone super viral, or something more recent that people have found out. I mean, for example, with me, what I do is I used to find the videos out myself, and I still do in a sense, but I've got like a subreddit page set up now where people like suggest things to me in a sense. I mean, there's a lot of garbage, you know what I mean? It's like some kid will show me a video and it's like, oh, look, my mate made a Minecraft channel. Can you rip into it? And I'm like, he's clearly an 8-year-old boy. He's got like 3 views. I'm not going to rip it into him because that's like the most douchiest thing to do. Like, you've really got to be careful when you do a video on someone because...
Pyrocynical is making fun of kids.
Yeah,
don't give him a
making fun
platform.
of kids. Nfkrz, the Keemstar insurgent, he's already exposed me. Basically, you've got to be really careful to avoid to pick on people that, in a sense, can't take it, which I think every channel has made the mistake of doing in some sense. Do you know what I mean? You've got to make sure it's someone who's... Because what I've noticed recently is, and this
Somebody
is the thing
who has a platform to defend himself.
Roman covered this, I think it was either yesterday or a few videos ago. And it was basically, you've got these people that try to contact like me or Leafy or Roman, and they're self-aware in a sense. So like they'll make a video saying they want to marry us and all this stuff, but like they're basically like internet trolls in a sense. Like Roman despises them because they're basically trying to leech off bigger YouTubers and get their attention so they get a video made on them, which is totally true. I agree with that. But in the sense, it's kind of like a safe thing to make a video on because you know you can go in like pretty hard on them and they can take it because they're self-aware and they're like ironic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's all a meme.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a trade-off,
they're
really.
just being crazy on camera because they're looking to be kind of, bullied in a way. Not
Exactly,
bullied literally,
yeah.
but yeah.
I'm only mad because
I'm only
mad because I don't get any pussy myself, obviously, on YouTube. So that's the problem.
Well, I think once somebody as infamous as Katie triggers me, I think once Pyro finally just fully passes on her, she'll just kind of continue down that rung of, and you're the next one down, right? So I mean, she'll probably make a video about you.
I made a video.
Roman made an entire video shitting on her. Basically,
dude,
I think that might have scared her.
you had to wait. You have to wait until she actually tries to get your attention.
Well,
you can't just do it right out of the gate.
She has no dignity anyway, so maybe she would do it even after I roasted her. For like the whole 10 minutes, pretty much.
She might do, Just check her channel. Like, just got a printout of your face when you were like 16, just kissing it.
Yeah, like just go tomorrow on her channel. We see like Roman Nfkrz, please take me to Russia.
Okay, so you've set up essentially here kind of the video style that you're talking about. Roman, what are you doing in the community that's sort of any different from what people can typically expect from these videos? Sort of what is your style that your angle that you kind of take when you're making these videos? Keep in mind to the audience that I've been conscious of you on Twitter for a while, but what has brought you closer to my attention recently was that you did a video about Keemstar, and you also did like a diss track, and then you proceeded to review the diss track in sort of
20 videos on Keemstar. To be fair, I think at this point half of Roman's channel is dedicated to Keemstar.
He reviewed his own diss track in sort of an Anthony Fantano style.
It's quite funny, actually. Like, not to hijack it, I'll just say it, and then Roman can say his thing. But it actually reached the point where Keemstar was contacting me, trying to get Roman to delete all his videos. He says, like, get Nfkrz to delete all his videos, or I'll block you, or I'll make some kind of video exposing you or something. Literally messaging other people.
What a delicious threat.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, so basically what I do, I think the way I am different, I try to differentiate by, okay, so I have a few things. First of all, I'm obviously, I know Russian, right? And I think...
You could bring us those juicy Russian memes from across,
exactly.
pond.
Because there's a lot of like bullshit happening in the Russian community and, just stupid. If you saw my videos about this guy, there's a Russian dude, a YouTuber with over 1 million subs who pretty much like faked his own fucking death and faked being attacked on stream.
I did see that video. Well. I did see that video.
He's such a fucking idiot, and it's just like kids believe him, and it's so bad. It's just like the worst shit I've seen on YouTube. Pretty much, there's just nothing like that goes beneath this level. So, just making videos about that, I think, is really nice. And I'm trying to differentiate by trying to make like basically, with Pyro and Leafy, they just make commentaries like all the time, and I try to sometimes throw in something else, like maybe make like a diss track or some kind of a parody like I did of you or something like that. So even though I'm still being called a Leafy clone, which is a title I will never evade probably in my life. I will still, try to make other types of content and basically, differentiate from, because this my whole like problem with YouTube is because like what I think of myself is that I probably would be able to make like better content than I do now, just if I had more time. I mean, people like there's this prejudice about commentary channels on YouTube currently, because as soon as people find out that you're a commentary channel, if you talk shit over a video game, and they just think you're cancer like straight away.
It's because I mentioned this earlier. It's because it's so oversaturated. You know what I mean? So people have this like initial hate for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like with a gaming channel. If you're a big channel like with a following, like let's say Markiplier, and you've established a fan base, you're fine. You can do whatever you want. But if you're this upstart gaming channel, people will be like, "Oh, we don't need another gaming channel. Fucking hell, there's like 50 of you." You
copy PewDiePie.
Yeah, exactly. They'll literally just compare you to whoever. Like for example, me and Roman have been called Leafy clones so many fucking times. I think it's become like a meme now, like when people say it's more self-aware, but originally they were being full on serious, and it's like, yes, because Leafy was the first person... No, you should have
looked at the comments of my video that went viral about the Russian dude. Like, one
of Roman's videos went viral and it got absolutely shat on. Like, I think the dislikes are like nearly 50-50 or something at this point.
Yeah.
It's just so retarded. That guy you covered, actually, Roman, that Russian guy, it's so retarded because he's a Minecraft YouTuber, right? And it's literally, his channel has devolved so much because he used to do Minecraft videos, Minecraft mods, and now it's literally his profile picture on YouTube. It's like a happy old man, like a Minecraft man, right? And you see in the videos, like, there's such a contrast. You see happy man in the YouTube profile picture, happy old man, and then in one of the thumbnails, there's a guy screaming with his hands taped or something.
Yeah, just getting fucking killed in the
video. It's such a
It's just like the video is basically fucking ISIS beheading challenge, like going on. It's literally like a fucking there's like a video of him like fucking ISIS members break into his house or something. Like I don't know.
One of the points Roman made in his video was basically the guy that Roman talks about, he pretended to get his apartment set on fire. Yeah. But then people searched the image up and he literally just took a stock image of a burning door. And then he makes the excuse later saying, "Oh, yeah, it's a stock photo, but that's because I don't want people to know where I live." I'm like, why would you why would you even do that in the first place? He's clearly he's clearly been caught lying his ass off, and he just keeps bullshitting more stuff because what happens, right? Like we've all told that one little white lie, and then you tell another lie to cover it up. But this guy is just next level. He's literally just lying off a lie at this point. But it is hilarious to watch.
He's also going to have a boxing match soon with another guy.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you gonna go?
No.
Oh, you're not gonna go? Okay.
Yeah. It's like another city, very, very far.
You should actually go though. Like, just vlog it. Be like, hey, Blazers, no fuckers here. You see a guy getting punched in the background.
You should go. Like, you should go.
The reason why Russian community is pretty cool is because, like, basically, like in Russia, there's like this thing. There's like called a versus battle. Basically, it's a like Russian people in like the Russian rap game, they like do rap battles with each other like in a tournament or something. And like there are two big YouTubers in Russia, like both with like 1 million subs, and they actually got onto this like show and had a proper rap battle with each other. And that's like what you never see like on the western side of the you see like diss tracks like Rise Gum or whatever, but not like actual two YouTubers like just meeting up in front of each other and actually rapping. It's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have given me kind of like a bit of background on your channels and what exactly you do. Going back earlier to something Pyrocynical said. When you guys are picking videos to commentate on, picking memes to commentate on, you're talking about sort of having to be careful about what exactly you're talking about because of the person who you're talking about. There could be repercussions to what exactly you're commentating on, and let's sort of describe and, get in clear exactly the kinds of videos and things you guys are looking to react to. You're not like starting up the channel, hey, Blazers, no fuckers here.
Roman has the best intro just ever on YouTube. I love it so much.
And, today we're going to look at Today we're going to look at a video of, you know, a cat cuddling up with a dog, and it's just going to make everybody feel really good by the time we're done with the video. And
I wish YouTube was like that. I wish YouTube was like that. Just like everyone getting along, and it's a shame as well.
But the thing is, you know, you guys are looking for stuff that is specifically like eliciting like kind of a cringy reaction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Almost.
It's
and it's that kind of reaction that, even if you don't tell your viewers, hey guys, you know, go on this person's channel and tell them that they're a fucking moron and they should die. You know, it's the kind of thing that when people see it, they just inherently want to do that, no matter what you tell them, even if you tell them just to not do that sort of thing.
Yeah,
which I know you guys do. I know you guys try your hardest to tell them not to. You know,
do you want me to go first, or do you want Roman to?
You can go first.
Okay, sure. I've actually had that come up a few times with what you were talking about then, because I don't think anyone on YouTube has ever explicitly said attack this person's channel, because that's pretty much suicide. You'll have all the fucking social justice warriors attacking you, and plus as well, it's a pretty scummy thing to do.
Sure.
But what I've noticed is that there is a huge lack of people attacking channels. I mean, with Roman's pretty much excluded from it because he's never really attacked anyone that I guess couldn't take it in a sense. Like, for example,
there recently was like a story I can tell, like the Vine girl. Remember that? When I made the video about like Vines. And
I don't remember that. I remember Leafy making a video on a Vine.
Okay,
girl.
I can tell you now. Well,
yeah. You could tell us about it.
I've made a video like 2 weeks ago, something like at the beginning of the month. It was about I basically was like reacting to a bunch of Vines, and that was like the Vines are like just fucking like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier just fucking having sex or something. Like that's literally like
yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
So basically, like I made this video, and the girl who like runs this account, she like uploaded a video of herself crying or something like that, and I didn't really know what to like say, but like basically like the whole fucking Tumblr and Vine community, just the whole like gay shipping community of Tumblr just went over to my like channel, my Instagram, my Twitter and everything, and I was just like attacked by fucking everyone, being like called like with like the most ridiculous insults and shit. And you know, it was just fucking stupid. So, but like the worst part about this is that like Keemstar is like trying his best every time every time I fuck up or something. He's always there to like try to fuck with me, pretty much. Basically, what
he's made Keemstar shitless basically. So anything Roman does, like if he fucking breathes in the wrong direction, Keemstar will either he won't ever report on it, but he'll like trying to intimidate Roman, saying, "Oh, I've got the parents on the line. I'm gonna call them." Like, but it's bullshit. Like Keemstar is pretty much infamous now for just messing around with people. Like I know some people that have been in Skype calls with him, and he'll just like constantly try and fuck with you and stuff. I mean, to the point where it gets incredibly obnoxious. But like, so once you kind of understand that he's just
he was basically like making videos on Twitter saying how like I'm a fucking asshole, like I make girls cry and shit, I make little kids cry, and he actually made a video saying that he made like tweets saying that he's got like the girl and her parents on Drama Alert already, like an interview, but actually like the thing is that the girl herself, we actually like friends now sort of, I guess, because we made up. That girl, the one who was like crying, but she actually like fucking despises Keemstar, and she was not ever like going on Drama Alert or anything. So Keemstar is just pretty much trying his best to, you know, just fuck with me anytime he can, just do anything.
Keemstar, if anybody doesn't know, is a YouTuber who runs the Drama Alert YouTube channel, which is a channel where it's kind of like a fusion between Philip DeFranco and TMZ. If all the drama were centered around YouTubers.
That is actually a perfect comparison. I've never thought of it like that. That was perfect.
He's a Philip DeFranco TMZ who is a gnome who loves popcorn, and he tries to hide his gnome heritage under a baseball cap, but it's just not working.
Gnome heritage.
Well, I mean, you know, gnome heritage, it goes back a long way, and
I mean,
I'm sure Keemstar himself is thousands of years old. Gnomes live to very ripe old age, and
in the souls of small children to stay alive, sustain himself.
So on a regular basis, he sort of makes these videos where he, in a very delusional fashion, convinces himself and maybe some of his viewers as well that he's delivering the news. when in fact he's just kind of, throwing out a bunch of allegations about various YouTubers and popular internet personalities just for, internet drama and views. And for whatever reason, a lot of these people who he reports on a regular basis, you'd think if he's a journalist, he's a reporter, he's trying to remain unbiased and sort of stay out of drama himself. But for whatever reason, he's sort of embroiled in a lot of very dramatic online battles with, your commentary channels and your other YouTubers who, he sort of digs up dirt on and sort of delivers it as soon as possible on his YouTube or on his Twitter without actually vetting any of the information.
Yeah, he has top files on top of files on anybody to swing at.
Swing back at.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I would recommend anybody listening to this watch the video iDubbbz recently made about Keemstar, because
that's a beautiful video.
That video is pretty hilarious.
It's blowing up, I think it's Ian's most viewed video. I think
now it's 2.6 million views now. So
doesn't that make it his most viewed? Should do.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's still getting traction because there's just so many people in the community that don't like Keemstar as a person, but they don't want to speak up about him in a sense. But he knows that. Do you know what I mean? He knows that people don't like him, and he knows that no one will speak up about it because they're intimidated by him, and he likes it that way. But Ian, fucking just iDubbbz as a whole, he's gone over such a weird transformation. He's gone from fucking overgrowth Let's Plays and Slender Gangnam style. Yeah. And now he's just became this self-aware,
he's a savage.
Absolutely exactly.
Savage.
He's become a lot more cancerous, but in the best sense possible. He's just such an amazing YouTuber. It's how self-aware and how memey he is. He's when I told you about the whole PewDiePie transformation, that he's became a lot more cynical and self-aware. iDubbbz is like that, but literally tenfold. It's just insane, the transformation. It's good though in every aspect. I can't judge, but it's just amazing how much it's what I'd like to call it now. I'm probably going to trademark this shit. Just call it the YouTube effect. So the more time on YouTube, the more pessimistic and cynical you become.
I guess he just found the what he really enjoys making. Maybe in 5 years I'm gonna be I don't know, doing fucking family vlogs or something.
Family vlogs.
I don't know.
Some of my least favorite videos on YouTube are sort of those weird family vlogs where people are just pimping out their family for views, essentially, and just being like, "Look how cute my children are! Just watch my children all day."
It's like the Kinder Egg videos.
There's actually videos. They just pretend. People just pretending to have miscarriages.
Oh, pretend to have miscarriages. Anthony, do you know about that?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, it's basically this channel, and they were full on religious, Christian, and they were forcing it down people's throats and stuff. And they were we're this beautiful Christian family, and they had all their videos just uploading daily, doing happy daily vlogs. And then they do a video called "My Wife's Pregnant," where this guy, the husband checks on a pregnancy thing or whatever it is, and she comes as pregnant. And then the very next video, they have a quote unquote miscarriage. Right, and that again racks up millions of fucking views, one of the most viral videos on their channel. It's quite funny actually, because I've noticed this on YouTube. If you want to convey something quite dramatic or emotional, have all your videos in all caps, but then have the emotional video in lowercase. Yeah, exactly. And obviously everyone felt sorry for them.
It's like H23 Productions has everything in all Leafy rants, and then it's we're being sued in
just
proper
intent. But yeah.
It's pretty much, it's like you now as well. It's
no, I'm a victim of it as well.
You have the sexiest tweet on YouTube, and then you go
sexiest tweet.
Yeah, and then you go.
If I ever make a video titled that, just fucking kill me, please. I don't want to reach my videos are terrible already with the title in, but that is just even worse. Please kill me if that ever happens, Roman. But then they found out a couple of days later that the whole thing was staged for views. The entire thing was staged, and they did that thing where they didn't admit that it's fake, but they did in a way, but they worded it really well, in a really manipulative way. Do you know what I mean? They didn't admit it was fake straight up, even though everyone knew it was. They said it was just an act of God or something like that.
A prank.
It was actually a prank. It was
God pranked us.
It was a prank from God. Just imagine. Yeah, it's just it's weird actually. What I've noticed is, God, I hear it so many times, but everyone's always complaining. So everyone on YouTube's fake. There's so many fake people on YouTube, but in a sense, I can understand where people are coming from because I've met a lot of YouTubers, and honestly, in my opinion, apart from a few people, like for example Leafy, I don't talk to big YouTubers. Do you know what I mean? I like to keep the people I talk to quite select. I'm not one of those people that I mean, I've got some people like fucking Jesus, like PewDiePie and Quibblecop. Like I talk to them in DMs sometimes, but like not really regularly. Still, just more of an acquaintance level. Do you know what I mean? And I'm happy in that sense. I remember coming onto the YouTube scene about 2 years ago with fucking MLG Teletubbies and Shrek out swag. The worst videos ever made. If any of you are listening to this podcast, please do not search them. And I was always like, oh my God, I've got to meet this big YouTuber. I want to meet PewDiePie. I want, but
the no scope. Oh my God.
But then that idea just kind of faded. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy where I'm at now. I'm happy that I'm talking to people like
making clickbait cancer.
Roman, for example, making fuck off, Roman. You make clickbait as well. Like anything you say could be applied to yourself as well.
I know. I'm not saying it's not.
the roast.
That doesn't make it any less true, though.
Yeah. It is quite cancer. Yeah.
I remember this whole meme going around with Roman where it was like Roman would basically copy my videos, but he wouldn't really. But like people would take it out of context and make it into a forced meme. Do you know what I mean? Like they'd like when Roman would attack one of my videos in a jokey way, because what me and Roman do is we attack each other on Twitter a lot. It's like part of the community. Like people think there's actual beef and they start tweeting at Keemstar to cover it, but it's just like it's just a joke and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like saying Pyrocynical is a loser on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Just like really menial shit. And Roman would like attack one of my videos, and then you get someone else respond saying like, "This is your videos," and they just literally send a screenshot of the fucking copy paste shortcut on someone's keyboard. It's just a lot of memeing. It really takes place on Twitter, but yeah, it's a pretty weird community, but it is a nice one at the same time. If you can get past the basically being roasted every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing that I sort of, talking about, this sort of weird, I don't know, miscarriage thing. Another thing that I kind of like that the community consistently does is just find these really odd internet obscurities and kind of unearth them for other people to find. It's not every day that you see like, I don't know, some of the fucking ridiculous Russian shit that you bring up on your channel, or that other video that I saw just on your channel today where the girl had sort of violently taken apart all those Teletubbies. Which I found pretty disturbing.
Wait, are you talking about my video?
I was talking about your video, and then I was talking about one of Nfkrz videos earlier.
The Teletubby thing. Oh God, dude, I've literally got PTSD at this point. Whenever someone mentions Teletubby, I just think of MLG Teletubbies. Oh God, but yeah. That's one of that girl was the girl I did a video on. She was a lot like that Katie Triggers me girl in a sense, like someone who's ironic and doing it for attention. Do you know what I mean? Like she didn't directly send the video to me or anything, but that was an old ass video as well. That was done in 2012. Which, on a side note, a good thing to do is when you're reacting to a video, do it on an old ass video because there's more of a chance the channel's inactive, so there won't be any kind of backlash. It's one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
myself, I don't do like cringe reactions very often. Like what I do on my channel is, if you look at it, I mostly talk about like the trends on YouTube or like stupid shit on YouTube. I find like that's because like I don't know. I just don't really like sitting there and saying,
"Oh my God, guys, the video is so fucking cringe. I want to kill myself."
Yeah, just like no substance to it, just repeating, oh my God, because the worst thing you can do when you make a YouTube video is literally like, and everyone does it, is repeat what you see. Do you know what I mean? Like with no substance or no input or nothing.
I mean, that's what's so horrible about so many reaction channels.
With no structured, it's like they see something cringe. Oh my God, that's so cringe. They see something gory. Oh my God, there's so much blood. Like you're not adding any kind of substance to it. And I gotta be honest, like. In my early days when I was making commentaries, I was just fucking terrible. I had no substance. I probably haven't improved at all since then. I've just added more forced memes into my videos to cover that, but still, You've just got to learn to add substance into videos. In a sense.
In my opinion, like even Leafy also has he still makes like reactions to like cringy stuff, but at least he puts like more background now to every single like thing he's talking about. But you go on like YouTube and search up like all of these small commentary channels who like upload videos called like the cringiest video on YouTube or something, and you just open the video and it's like a kid like sitting at 3 a.m. whispering his roommate, like
exactly.
Like a three.
It's just like
mic.
Oh my god, guys, that's so cringy. But I can't be too loud. My parents are sleeping. So cringe.
It's just horrible, and it's
especially
like
the worst type of videos.
You know the whole thing, Anthony. Like 90% of all commentary channels have CS:GO Surf as the background footage.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I just imagine, like, I played CSGO Surf once, and there must have been, like, out of the 16 people on the server, I reckon about 14 to 15 of them were probably recording that gameplay for their commentary channel. That is all CSGO Surf has devolved into now. People recording it on Bandicam or Fraps to put in a commentary video.
I was talking with Lieutenant Corbus about this, who I know you're a big fan of, because I had her on the podcast a few weeks ago. About, sort of a lot of these cringy videos that people are sort of looking out for now. People are actively, typing and searching for cringe compilations and the cringiest video on YouTube, sort of in the search bar. And I remember when I was first getting started on YouTube, this was not something that people looked for at all. Occasionally here and there, like, you would look for, I don't know, like the Star Wars kid video. Like, obviously that's an old viral video. That's an older meme, and that has a very like kind of strong cringe factor to it. But it seems like cringe is seeing a renaissance, if you will, in the YouTube community, and people are just like actively looking for this, I don't know, this kind of reaction. They're looking for something to elicit, I don't know, because a cringy reaction in them.
I think like the commentary, like I think if you just look on YouTube right now, the most popular thing on YouTube currently is to critique something. Like all the channels that are blown up right now, like Leafy, like Rice Gum, I Hate Everything, like I don't know, H3, whatever, Great A Under A. They're all talking shit about something stupid like on YouTube or whatever. So or react to something that's cringy like in the community or whatever. So I think in a sense that also like makes it more people just search for more
it's escapism in a sense, really, isn't it? Because they're basically, especially with Grade A Under A, they're saying things that you agree with but you couldn't really agree with openly in public. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like, in my opinion, I perceive that kind of stuff as like a form of escapism. I mean, not with all the videos. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure like people who watch Rice Scum, like they're not all like people that want to roast little kids daily, but I think leaning more towards Grade A Under A, he talks about relatable stuff in a sense. For example, people in public that say awkward things that put you in an awkward situation. It's really relatable stuff in a sense, and that's why it garners so many views, because it is relatable, and a lot of people, like, you just get like the everyman person watch it and be like, oh my god, this is me, this relates to me, But Roman is totally right, actually. I didn't think about it in that aspect. Like, YouTube seems to really be pandering to people basically mocking others or taking the piss or critiquing in a sense. He's totally right, especially like with Rice Gum's channel is literally just, his channel has become attacking, well, just roasting little kids. And I mean, not in the negative sense, because they're all probably like child pop stars and that, and they can probably take it, but that is all his channel is, because it's a successful brand, it's a successful thing to do, so why stop doing it in a sense.
No, so like that's literally the most trending thing on YouTube is to critique and talk shit about others. I don't know how it became like that, but it is.
It's just like what I was talking about with the whole evolution of PewDiePie, and that it's people have become more self-aware, more pessimistic, and more cynical, which it's good in a sense because it adds an extra value of comedy. I'd much prefer this than fucking funny Doge memes or Nyan Cat or something. It's definitely a lot better. There's more substance to it, but in a sense, it does make the community more pessimistic and more hate-filled, I'd say, in a sense. Because again, what Roman is saying is right. The community has what is trending is basically mocking others or taking the piss out of others, in a sense.
Sure. No, it's like the YouTube community as a whole is kind of going through its like angsty, rebellious phase.
Yeah, like teenage shit.
At the at the start, it was just like, kind of really dumb, obscure vlogs that nobody really watched. And I remember back in the day on YouTube, like you could go on a part of the website and sort of see the top 100 YouTubers, and they were all like vloggers and
like fucking Fred or something.
Yeah, no, like even earlier than him. And we're talking about like around a time when like several thousand YouTubers following you or being subscribed to you meant you were like the shit. I'm talking about a time when you could probably look this guy up. His name is Renetto. He was like one of the big early vloggers. He's super obscure now. Nobody watches him anymore. Like from an era where guys like the Angry Video Game Nerd were kind of getting their start. And, it was pretty rampant back then that you could actually game the system pretty easily just by over and over and over making sock accounts and then just subscribing to yourself. And there were several people who were like, in the top ranking channels who basically got called out or caught doing that.
I just looked at this guy's channel and he has like a video with 18 million views.
Yeah, he was super popular back in the day. He was very relevant back in the day.
I've gone on his channel and he's only got like 600 views, like 400
but
views.
open like his very first video and it's like 18 million views.
Yeah, like he used to be very popular, very relevant back in the day.
This is the earliest clickbait on YouTube because it has an S in the thumbnail.
And depending on kind of what the vibe is and sort of what the trends are, YouTube sort of just shoves certain videos in your face. Also depending on what you've clicked on. And it's kind of funny because this whole community that we're talking about here, I was completely unaware of its existence, and what fucking, started to put it in my face was YouTube after I clicked on that video where Ethan was talking about Leafy. And once I clicked on this video about Leafy, then in my, suggested videos and my featured videos, it was like, hey, watch this Leafy video, watch this Leafy is here video, watch this other video about Leafy, watch this. And then once I watched Leafy, it was like, hey, check out this Pyrocynical guy. And then it like started suggesting other people sort of in the same community.
Yeah, it's just like this endless loop of being suggested by other people.
And, kind of in the same format are a lot of these other channels where...
Because YouTube sometimes, YouTube somehow still, I don't know how YouTube does it, but in a sense, like how I see it is that YouTube has a grasp somehow. It like the algorithm can see what community is what, and it's like sort of like puts people between like into each other's related channels, related videos and stuff. So
it's more with interaction in that sense. Like for example, if someone puts another YouTuber's name in the title, so let's say it's like with Keemstar, for example, when I was during the H3H3 Leafy drama and in the playground insult match, my name was in the title of Keemstar's video. So now I'm a featured channel in his channel box, and
related.
He's a featured channel. Related, yeah, not featured. Sorry,
featured is when like he put it.
Yeah,
himself.
when you put them in manually, it's like the YouTube, because you got two channel boxes, haven't you? You got featured that you put in yourself, and then the one below that, which is like the algorithm, which chooses people for you.
Yeah, it's random. Aren't you like in PewDiePie's? Aren't you in PewDiePie's like related or something?
I think, you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna check this real quick. I wouldn't believe it because I've had like no interaction with the guy, but I'll check real quick now.
I think Leafy's probably in here or something.
Leafy would be in it without a doubt. No, I'm not in it. It's Vinos Gaming, Leafy, Drama Alert, and KSI.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say earlier, these other channels where you have these people who are sort of critiquing all of these feminist videos and whatever, they're very much in a similar format too. You sort of just have this static image of, whoever, whatever logo the person wants to represent themselves with, and they find some video or vlog that they want to react to, and they just kind of very methodically go through the video and respond to whatever point is being made. That sort of seems to be a really popular format as well. Sort of like what
do you mean, like breaking down someone's video? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
in a
pretty
debate
much.
sense.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like
that's a very popular format right now too.
Yeah,
it's like the most popular thing to do.
That's what Grade A did.
Yeah,
H3's done that as well with
exactly.
SoFlo Antonio. Like he did
So,
like 2 videos on him.
So like with what you guys are doing, and sort of between that and these other channels where you're kind of in a very debate way, like you were just saying, taking apart a video, it seems like the most relevant content now is content that's commentating on other content.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've said like earlier, like 5 minutes ago. That basically, yeah, that's everything is just like everything on YouTube is a remix now.
It's good because well, it's not good, but it's more of a promoting the algorithms because like you said, breaking down a debate video, a response video, that in a sense technically is drama, isn't it? And the thing is, well, what I've learned is drama does promote channel growth, unfortunately, and a lot of people, like for example Keemstar, are aware of that and they use it to their full advantage. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, when the H3H3 and Leafy drama went down, when Ethan made the video on Leafy and that all went down, I got a shit ton of hate on my channel, even though I was never mentioned in the video. He literally said commentary channels, which still includes me in a sense, but I was never directly named. I still got a shit ton of hate on my channel. But at the same time, I got a lot of views and I got a lot of subs as well because people searched out these. People probably went out to witch hunt these channels. They clicked on mine or Roman's and they were like, "Oh, actually, he's not that bad. We might as well subscribe to him." Because unfortunately,
there were a lot of people who didn't end up sipping that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Who was just like, "Oh, all these channels are bad. All these people are terrible."
It was
Don't watch them.
it's a real oversight. Honestly, I don't think anyone has the right to announce whether an entire community is cancerous or not, because you're really not. Because I'm sure there's probably a lot of commentary channels with like fucking 30, 40 subs, and they do an amazing job, and no one listens to them, and they don't have their voice. You know what I mean? Like, it's really. I would be an absolute faggot if I made a video saying how an entire community, like for example, if I said the fucking Call of Duty community is cancerous or like they're the worst thing on YouTube, like that is such an overstatement. Like seriously, you're literally trying to say you're trying to label an entire community, and it's impossible to do that because there's so much diversity and so much variety. You're not going to be able to give every single person a label.
Yeah,
just with one label.
Exactly. I mean, nobody would take me seriously if I just came on my YouTube channel and just been like, "Hey guys, like this entire genre is bad. Don't listen to anybody who makes this genre of music. Don't take anybody who listens to it seriously. The entire genre is bad. It's not good. Just ignore it." And right away, I mean, especially if it, is a very vibrant and thriving community of artists, sort of like I don't know, like the vaporwave community. If I called out the vaporwave community as being cancerous or shitty, like there would be people just tearing me down 24/7.
Yeah.
No, like Niall said that if you get hate, you still like get like people who will stick around, if that makes sense. Because like with my video that's gone viral, it's got like fucking like 11,000 likes and like 9,000 dislikes. But like the thing is that it's still like it's giving me more subscribers still, because even though the majority of people, they come onto this video, they see like most of these people who watch this video like of mine, that's the thing, is that they don't even bother to watch like longer than like 1 minute, and all they just say in the comments like, "Oh, Leafy copycat, clickbait, whatever," right? And but like there's still like some percent of people who actually have a fucking brain, who can actually like understand that this is not actually that bad and stick around with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like in a sense, the hate is short term, but the fans that stick around is long term. And by throwing yourself into drama, you're therefore giving yourself more exposure. And I think people like Keemstar have nailed this perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've really, if you want to really insert yourself into drama, you've literally just got to remove all moral guidelines. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've literally just got to sit there and think, I'm willing to throw myself into anything. I'm willing to instigate anything as long as I get channel growth from it. And it does work, unfortunately. And it's a proven method that instigating things on YouTube and causing drama, unfortunately, makes it relevant and therefore gives the person who made it originally more traction on YouTube. Yeah, that's the problem with it. Any big change, like for example, the whole situation with Ethan and Healer, H3H3 being sued at the moment, they are getting fucking mad views and traction because of it. The views on their video
that's what insane. I hate though. Like it's good that okay, so I'm a little bit salty about this whole topic. Okay, I'm gonna explain my point of view now. Basically, do you know this Damn Daniel thing, right?
Sure.
The absolute cancerous like video. So basically, I made a video about it, and basically I got a copyright claim for like the whole video. So I got I couldn't monetize it. And I got a copyright claim for using the clip of Damn Daniel, which is obviously I thought it was bullshit, right? You just use like a fucking clip of a kid saying some retarded shit, and you get like a copyright claim, like you use a song or something. It's really dumb. Like they literally copyrighted the fucking clip or something.
Yeah,
so,
unfortunately, YouTube does not favor or sort of stand in support of the content creators that help make the site work most of the time, and unfortunately just kind of bend to the whims of whoever comes up claiming that they have a copyright to something, even though the videos that you guys and many other people are making it's fair game because you're remixing, you're dropping an opinion on something. I remember my whole first year of videos had to be deleted because I used to do song clips in my reviews, and so like a few almost 100 videos just like completely gone just because of all that song clip stuff. Just the DMCA, just like pretty much anybody could throw a DMCA at you.
Are you not managed at the moment then? Because if you're managed, you basically your channel isn't detected by auto claims on YouTube. Obviously, if someone makes a manual claim, then it still goes through. But the majority of those claims wouldn't have been manual. It would have just been YouTube's content ID system checking it. It's because one thing that happened with Angry Joe was his network. I think it was Polaris or Maker. I'm not sure, but they released him and like literally half his videos got claimed instantly because he wasn't under any form of protection.
I was talking about a different thing. I was talking about like how negativity brings more views in a sense. So what I was talking about, okay, so basically I got a copyright claim on this Damn Daniel video about Damn Daniel, and on the same day I think I Hate Everything uploaded a video about Damn Daniel as well, and he's got a copyright claim on his video as well, right? So he's got a copyright claim on the video with like 400k views or something. I think I got like in one day. So then he uploads that video, like not him. I think it was not him. It was I think some other person. He posted it basically on on Reddit, on the video subreddit, and he titled the post like "I Hate Everything Gets a Strike for like Dan Daniel or something." Well, it's not. It wasn't even a strike, right? It was a claim. Okay, so. Basically, that fucking post goes viral as hell, and I Hate Everything gets like 1 million views in a day from that video talking about the claim, just talking about it, and it kind of gets me pissed off because, like, first of all, it's kind of like clickbaity in a sense to say that he had a copyright strike. He actually didn't have a strike, right? The video didn't get deleted; it was just a claim. And second of all, is that I pretty much made like the video on the same like topic talking about the claim, but actually gave it a little bit more background because the company that claimed Dan Daniel back then was called Merlin, and I already had like experience with this company in the past, and I know that this company is like just a bunch of scummy, cunts. So I actually gave like more information in my video, and objectively I thought like my video put like more information about this whole situation, but the problem is that nobody gave a fuck about my video, okay? But
it's because, like, in a sense, like, I wouldn't really blame I Hate Everything for that. It's
no, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying that
it's because you're a smaller channel, and I understand where Roman's coming from because it is annoying. And I mean, Jesus, if it's bad for us, I feel incredibly fucking sorry for like the smaller YouTubers. Like, Jesus, when someone gets a copyright strike now, the new trend is to make a video about it, trying to shout out and get their defense.
Yeah, and just get your audience motivated to defend you.
It's not a bad thing to do because
you basically make a fucking video that nobody cares about, get a strike on it, and then make a video about the strike and get more views on the video about the strike.
Sure.
Like, I've made one video in the past.
A lot of these videos are kind of posed in a way where it's like, hey, you like this channel, you like this thing that I make, and it's sort of under threat of being taken away from you. And that sort of thing motivates people.
Yeah. And it's not more with YouTubers striking YouTubers, but it is more like these horrible, huge, faceless companies like Merlin. Like, Merlin is this fucking terrifying shadow company. I don't even know whether they're legit or not. And I've had problems with them since the Montage Party days. They would literally, because apparently
they copyrighted the fucking rap battle reaction. Like
they basically they own the rights to basically pretty much every single non-royalty free audio source ever used on YouTube. Now, whether they've actually acquired that legally or not, I'm not too sure, because they could be one of these companies that just buys investments in them, and because obviously they don't own it. They're more of like a middleman. Like someone might employ Merlin to strike it on their behalf, but I think it's a bit suspicious that they have so many different resources under their belt. Like for example, the rap battle parody and Damn Daniel, but. Again, in the same sense, the parents of the fucking kid that made the meme could have been like, oh yeah, we want some revenue. Merlin, please strike these people. I don't know. But Merlin are really, even if they own the rights or not, and even if it is a legal practice, they are really broken in the sense that it's YouTube's quality system as a whole with Content ID. It's incredibly broken. It's completely black and white. Either you haven't used the clip in your videos.
Just a little bit. They made like one advance that when when you get a claim.
No. Yeah. They made the money thing. So now it's still broken. Like for example, it's black and white really. Like white in the sense that it's good and you haven't used the alleged footage, then you're fine. If you have in any sense, the bot will not try to verify any form of fair usage or anything, instantly, unless your channel's managed, for example, and then it just totally ignores you. That is why it's incredibly broken. I mean, YouTube have got this system now where it's more like
it's actually like sad
the money
because,
will be
like,
held. The money will be withheld.
The problem with the Damn Daniel thing was that like it was all like manually claimed, and there was like a video of some guy like tricked the system. He made an experiment pretty much. What he did is he uploaded a video called Damn Daniel, like just Damn Daniel reaction or something, right? And the video was not even related to Damn Daniel. There was no like screenshots, no like the video of Damn Daniel itself in the video, right? But
exactly,
the company
they fucking claimed it anyway.
Yeah. They claimed it, and YouTube is like, okay then, whatever, Basically, this company goes along and just fucking claims this video that's titled Damn Daniel, but has no clips actually of the video itself in it. And they just get away with it. The guy just gets a claim for his video. That's just fucking hilarious. That's just so bad. And this is a problem. Like you can pretty much claim and strike people with like no legal background, behind it. Like I had this problem with casting. Basically, if you don't know, Anthony, I had a problem with my channel. I had an intro I used in every video of mine from like past 5 months or more. And basically, I used like a song, the same song in every intro, obviously. And basically, there were like two artists featured on the song. One of them gave me consent, like the guy who was like in the title, not the one who was featuring, the guy who's like the author, supposed to be an authir. He gave me
the author. You figure he owns the song, and he gave you permission. Yeah.
And then the second guy comes along and like strikes like he striked like 4 of my videos, and basically I had to private all of my shit because I was scared that he's gonna like take down my channel. And he started like blackmailing me and shit, saying that I should pay him like money or something, and that he's gonna take me to court and stuff. And it was just really fucking stupid.
He's intimidating Romans at the point where he literally says, and this became a meme for months, he literally says, can we get a response? And then like the next day he just goes, okay, bye.
Yeah, like basically how it happened is that he sends me like a message, okay? He sends me a message saying, okay, like, basically he sends me a message saying, okay, so I am this guy, right, from who made this song, and he was like, straight up, the first email he sent me, he was already like threatening to take down like my channel, pretty much. He was like, okay, so I'm the author of this song, right? I think I need some like monetary, like, from how some money from you so that we can make this all right, and if you don't respond, like I will take action or something like that. So then I respond like, okay, what do you want from me? Like he says, okay, I want $1,000. I'm like, okay, that's too much, dude. He says, then he like 5 seconds later he replies to me, says, okay, then like $600. And I'm like, this is kind of like scummy, right? Because this dude, like, it's been like 2 minutes and he's already like lowering the price. Maybe this is like a fucking scammer or something. Like maybe it's like not even him, right? Sure. So I just stopped responding to this dude. And then like he sends me, can we get a response? And then just like 5 minutes later, okay, bye. And that's it. Then he just fucking strikes my videos. That's fucking just so retarded.
Yeah, and then that's another thing I got to point out, which is really broken. The claimants, I guess you could say, have a lot more they have a lot more jurisdiction than the defendant in a sense, really. And it's really fucking stupid because if someone claims your video, I mean, Jesus, there's even cases where someone will literally re-upload your own YouTube video and strike it because YouTube doesn't compare the dates or anything like that. That has happened in the past. I don't know whether it's been marked out now, but it's still happened in the past. The problem is in the way YouTube is made is with the content ID system, with the claiming system, there is no backlash if you make a false claim. Like the worst thing that can happen is your claim fails and the video stays up. That's it. There is no backlash. There isn't any kind of, I mean, YouTube does give you this warning and it's like, you know, repeat false strikes will get you banned, but I don't know anyone who's ever been banned. And if you've been banned, you'll probably just fucking make another Gmail account, make another YouTube account and do it all over again. There's no
only
backlash.
The only people who I know who have gotten banned for doing that have done it to such an extreme that it's habitual, you know. And like you just said, they end up making another account, and especially if they're an obscure YouTuber or an obscure channel, YouTube, they're not really on YouTube's radar. So what are you gonna do?
Exactly, it's just totally broken, honestly.
One more thing before we get into a bit of a music conversation and we end the podcast out is, you know, with these commentary channels and specifically with both of your channels, you know, what exactly do you see as kind of like the tone of the audience reception a lot of the time, or exactly what is your relationship with your audience? You know, is it generally positive, or do you, you know, in some ways kind of fear that there's a bunch of, I don't know, Katie Triggers me's kind of hanging out in the audience, you know, just waiting to get that piece of personal information about you where they can track you down and sort of, I don't know, peg you after they tie you up when you go to bed at night?
Yeah.
Okay, for me, like, I think the way my audience is, I mean, I think generally I could say that the audience of the commentary channels, they're not like, okay, so basically like there's like two sides of the coin here. On one side, like the audience of like commentary channels, they're just less like mature, pretty much younger, you know, we could just say, than audience of like channels that are like, you know, H3 or something. But on the other side, I think that like all of these channels like H3 and so on, like their audience is just they're just like I don't know, like how could I say this, like frequent Reddit visitors. Like they just basically they pander to like one specific opinion, and they have like I don't know, they just have like they basically any stuff that their like favorite YouTuber does, they never can like stand up against it. Basically, you know, there's been some bullshit that, you know, H3's done. Like, I think the whole situation with like, don't give Pyrocynical a platform to defend himself and so on, it's really stupid.
Which is a good meme, by the way.
It is. It's on the process to becoming a meme now. Like someone today actually made a Twitter page called "Don't Give Pyro a Platform to Defend Himself," and it's only made one tweet. And it's literally just tweeting at me saying, "Don't give him a platform to defend himself." And it's already got like 1,000 likes or something, I think.
Yeah,
like, the meme is very aware.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now, in a weird way.
So what
giving you a platform to defend yourself.
So what I was saying is that basically, like, the people who follow these channels, they cannot stand up against their bullshit, if that makes sense. But I think with me, my audience at least, a lot of the times, I guess my like audience kind of respects my opinion, but if I say something, they still can contradict, and I actually like that. I mean, I don't like saying like, I don't like getting comments like, you know, you're a retard, KYS or something, right? But I like seeing when I see a lot of comments on my videos sometimes actually with really, really good points and really, really, you know, great arguments against something that I've said in my video. And I actually look at it and I'm like, yeah, this guy's actually right. So I think that's like the greatest part about my audience, is that they actually a lot of the time can argue with me, and not in a way when they say, you know, this guy's a fucking retard, let's just unsubscribe from him and shit. No, they just actually, you know, prove their point in a very, very good way, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's like healthy disagreement, and
yeah.
You know, and I think it's because, you know, you're sort of going in depth on a lot of topics and giving your thought out opinions in your videos. So, you know, people are going to your videos for those thought out opinions. You know, if you were just coming on the microphone and going, "Oh my god, guys, it's so cringy. Oh my god."
Yeah, exactly.
I think what Roman was saying was good in a sense. Like, if anything happens to you as a YouTuber, your fan base will just jump on it. But it is a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? If you have malicious or manipulative intents, then you can easily manipulate your fan base to do your bidding. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, carrying out something or hating on a specific person. It's incredibly easy to manipulate your audience, and it is a double-edged sword. Like, for example, if you get a strike or something, your fan base will defend you to the death. But let's say, for example, a good example of it going bad is, let's say, two fan bases attacking each other, right? But not in a sense with Leafy and H3, more in a sense of one of the fan bases, one of the channels being incredibly smaller. It's just an incredibly unfair fight, because you'll have this huge tidal wave from the bigger YouTuber just absolutely smashing into the smaller YouTubers community. Do you know what I mean? And they, no matter how justified or how good their opinion is, unless another YouTuber speaks on their behalf, a bigger one, to project their thoughts, then even if their opinion's right, no one's going to care. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because people as a whole,
that's like the problem with Nfkrz, Hey Watch Your Mouth, and Rice Gum. He made like a video about Rice Gum, like roasting him and saying a lot of the good points, because I don't like, I follow Rice Gum and he follows me back, but I don't think like he's like the best content on YouTube, honestly. But well, he made a video about Rice Gum and he got like shat on pretty much, because all these people came on his channel and said like, basically it's a problem where a lot of YouTubers have this very, very fan base that's very, very manipulated, and anyone who ever dares to say anything about their like favorite YouTuber, they just come and shit on him without even listening to his points, at all. So that's a big problem.
Like what I said, it's incredibly easy for people to manipulate their fan base, and if you're a small YouTuber critiquing a bigger YouTuber, chances are it'll just backfire. And you'll get absolutely exactly. It's not a fair platform at all. It's like, for example, with me, I've just sidetracking a little bit here. I've made videos on people in the past, like kids with incredibly small channels, and what they'll do is, there was actually this one kid, and he did like a Five Nights at Freddy's videos, and they weren't the best, but in the sense he was a really fucking young kid, so he gets a pass. You know what I mean? Yeah. But basically, that's a problem here, that if you make a video about somebody who's big, you have a danger of getting destroyed by his fan base. If you make a video about somebody who's small, you get in danger by called a fucking pedophile by Keemstar or something, So there's two sides of the coin here, which is, you gotta be just... And I made a video on this kid, and the kid got a lot of hate, and I mean a lot of hate, and he was saying how he wants to quit YouTube, it's too stressful for him. And it actually reached the point where I had to talk about it in a video, and I had to say, this kid is young as fuck. All right, I memed him a bit in the video, but just because I have explained that he is annoying and obnoxious, which I agree to this day that he is, doesn't give you the right to attack his channel and tell him to kill himself and stuff. And what annoyed me was as well, I remember Keemstar was having a go at me on Twitter, and he was saying how... it was quite hypocritical of me, saying how I'm basically saying only I'm allowed to attack the individual, you're not allowed to. And he really fucking twisted that ideal. Do you know what I mean? He really twisted that, because what I was saying was, if I make a video on someone, because like when I make a video on someone, I have the idea in my head, mock what they're doing, not the individual. So you'd say what they're doing is stupid. You wouldn't you'd say what they're doing is stupid and it's not good, but you wouldn't sit there picking on their appearance, because that is just straight up harassment and bullying, and that's not right. I try not to do that.
That's why I try to actually say that in my videos now. I actually try to say, before I even like start destroying this individual's content, okay, I just say, okay, I don't hate this guy as a person. He's probably like a nice dude, okay? But like the shit he makes is just stupid, okay? Like it doesn't really help though, because myself, I kind of make myself more secure by that, because I don't make fun of a person's appearance. But on the other hand, people like they still go over to his channel and harass him, because like I had this video I made about diss tracks on YouTube, and there was this guy who was like reacting to diss tracks and calling everybody a RiseGam copycat, and he was like reacting to my diss track on Keemstar, and he said it's really like shitty, and then I made like a response to him, and I said like, I don't fucking attack this guy, you know, I'm just saying that his point is stupid and stuff, but actually he ended up like in him like deleting his channel or something because of my video. So, you know, you still can never be sure.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's what Roman's saying as well is it's there's a lot of herd mentality on YouTube in a sense. Like a lot of people will gang up on an individual, but if one of the individuals is called out, they then tend to back off and retreat. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because I mean, everyone knows what fucking herd mentality is at this point. It's literally just, you know, if you're in a group of people, you feel more empowered, you feel more confident, more outgoing. And, you know, combine that with the anonymity of the internet, you know, not a YouTube personality, some kid that made the channel just to shit talk, you know, they'll join in and they'll just shit talk someone. But if one of the individuals is actually called out, they'll just totally change. They'll probably just go into full panic mode and retreat because they've been singled out from the herd, I guess you could say. Do you know what I mean? And that has a big impact as well. Because the kid that probably did a video on Roman was just, in a sense, probably just with the group of people like, oh, yeah, this kid's talking shit, you know, and I like Rice Scum, I'm part of the community, I better back him up. But then when Roman singled him out, that's just like such a shock, do you know what I mean? And that'd be the same for anyone, you know, it's applied universally pretty much.
Yeah. Is anonymity kind of an important element to this video format? Would you say? I mean, I know nobody is like completely anonymous sort of in this community because, you know, everybody sort of, you know, their pictures get leaked or, you know, real names get leaked. And I know that, you know, in your case, you know, you have had yourself on camera, of course. But, you know, a lot of the videos sort of seem to center around, you know, this surf footage. And not just because it's kind of hypnotic to look at, but also, you know, it's sort of sidesteps the whole requirement to, I don't know, be this kind of trendy looking YouTuber or whatever, you know, even though, you know, your personality definitely comes through in your vocals or, you know, whatever kind of logo or picture you kind of use to represent yourself. You know, it seems like less about you as an actual person and more about you as, you know, just kind of this persona that you craft for yourself.
I think
I think that's true.
And I think there's kind of a shade of anonymity to that, you know.
Yeah,
because
you've got I'd say in a sense people like iDubbbz and H3H3 do the same thing. It is a reaction commentary, just in a different style. Like for example, Ian iDubbbz, he has a series where he would basically shit talk projects on Kickstarter crap.
Kickstarter crap.
Yeah, exactly. And that is a reaction commentary in a sense. He's watching the video, he's watching the substance, and he's breaking it down and analyzing it, which is a reaction commentary. But because he shows his face and he is more of a vibrant personality, he is a lot more successful. Do you know what I mean? I think not showing your face, it does curb you in a sense, but then again, I say that, but Leafy is like one of the most fastest growing channels at the moment, and he's never shown his face in video except when he hits a milestone. So showing your face isn't really
it's just
needed.
easy. I think it's just pretty much when you just sit and, you know, make a talk over gameplay is just basically, you know, simpler to make a video, and it's, you know, in order to like have a face cam, you need to be entertaining. Not just with your voice, but you need to like do something in the video as well, because I think why, you know, Ethan is so successful is because, you know, Ethan does all this like stuff like with all these like chub and tuck like coughing and whatever, you know.
He makes like his own forced memes, I guess, in a sense, and that is good because it builds more integrity in the community. Like, for example, if you go on the comments of one of his videos, it'll literally just be appreciate you or Papa Bless or something like that, like a meme that he's made.
Or like great moves.
It's exactly, and it strengthens the community. So it's weird because it seems like such a little thing, but in a sense, it's like a really perfectly calculated business practice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically because all this.
Yeah.
It's all this. It's like this stuff that happened on YouTube is the his spam and small loan of $1 million. Whatever.
Exactly.
That grows your channel, you know, in a lot because, you know, this his thing pretty much got Leafy like noticed in the community so much. Like every single big YouTuber ever knew who Leafy was after that. whole thing happened. And that really helped him out in a sense.
But then there's definitely something to be said about the simplicity of the format that guys like you use, because I think and I'm going to go against, the whole Leafy argument clone thing, because I think when you assert that argument, even though you may enjoy Leafy and it may sort of annoy you to see people out there kind of copying that format or using that format in a way if you're a big Leafy fan or whatever, and Leafy was kind of the first channel that exposed you to that format. When you make that argument, I think you kind of give credence to the whole idea that people like the Fine Brothers had, where they were advancing this idea that, hey, this is our reaction format. So, since this is our format, and if anybody else makes a video like this, they're going to comment on it saying, you guys are just copying the Fine Brothers. That sort of thing legitimizes the idea that, oh, well, I should go ahead and copyright this since this is my format. Everybody online seems to agree so. But the thing is, it seems like the format is purposefully simple so that if other people kind of want to take part in this kind of conversation, that they should be free to do so as well. There have been dozens of channels since I started my channel that have come up where it's essentially the same format as me, with the album superimposed in the corner and, the person's placed in a certain way and the vinyl's in a certain way in the background and all that shit. And that's totally fine. It's when I was making my videos, the whole purpose was, not only to make the channel bigger, but if somebody else wanted to do a review as well, I'm making it simple, I'm making it straightforward. The formula is obvious and it's right there because other people have different personalities than me and other people have different musical tastes than me, and even though other people out there might be using a similar format than me, they're reviewing different albums and they're giving different scores and they're giving different perspectives.
Yeah, of course. Like everyone has their own opinion to share.
In my opinion, it's just this format it's not gonna go like this because it's impossible because Fine Bros are just fucking idiots. Copywriting reactions is just the stupidest thing, and I don't think anybody on YouTube is gonna try and do the same thing with any format because just seeing how much backlash Fine Bros got.
I think they gave Ethan the most amount of money donation.
A platform to defend himself.
They gave they gave Ethan and Hila, I think it was 10K or something. And again, it's a business move, isn't it? Because you're doing it to look good in a sense. You know what I mean? Like for example,
you're getting on their good side.
All the YouTubers that gave Ethan money, they didn't do it as their real name. It had to be their YouTube name. Do you know what I mean? Because even people were doing it from every single person who gave them money wasn't doing it entirely 100% from the kindness of their own heart. They at least a little part of them was like, I'm going to get some moral points for doing this.
Sure, absolutely.
In a sense. Especially with the Fine Bros, because, everyone fucking shat on them. Everyone was doing videos on them, including myself. And
Ethan,
them giving them... Yeah, exactly. And them giving 10K to possibly one of the most trending YouTubers at the moment because of his current situation. Again, that was a very good business practice because, they've got extremely disposable income because they're a huge company and it makes them look good, doesn't it? So,
sure.
Everything's done to achieve another end, in my opinion.
All right, let's finish things off because this is a music channel. Let's just talk a little bit of music. I know that Pyro, you were especially hesitant to get on this podcast because you thought I was going to fucking just grill you.
I watch your videos and I'm like, this man is he's just a god with music. He knows every genre, every artist. He's so varied.
This guy sent me so many messages and he's like, well, I don't know, man. I just don't know that much about music. And I'm like, dude, I'm not just going to fucking, you don't know what the fuck this record is, you fucking idiot.
Dude, what you think about post-punk noise, garage UK rap, diss track, mixtape, horrorcore,
the thing is,
dubstep?
Roman's taking the piss, but I was legitimately thinking the conversation was going to go like that. Oh, have you heard of a garage Radiohead post neo-Nazi music? I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm just trying to agree with you while Googling it at the same time so I can quickly learn about it and just bullshit and pretend that I know about it.
well, one of the things that grabbed me about your channel when I first came across it was that, your intro song is pretty much like a vaporwave remix.
Yeah, it's like synthwave stuff, isn't it? Really?
Sure, yeah.
It is. Yeah, I guess you could say it's
it's got a vaporwave. It's got a chill wave vibe to it.
I'm just hooked into that music, unfortunately. Like it's the whole because everyone jumped on the vaporwave bandwagon in like an ironic sense. I mean, it's gone from mainstream vaporwave now. It's do you know artists like Keemstar or Trevor something?
Yeah,
yeah. I love music like that.
They've got that very wavy, dreamy, kind of psychedelic synth funk sort of vibe to it. It feels very
trap influenced.
If you want the trap influence, you have to listen to Blank Banshee. Blank Banshee has that vaporwave vibe, but there's a little bit of trap influence.
Listen. Teen Pregnancy, yeah, that was a really good one. I really love that. I was hooked on that for a couple of days. You know when you just listen to that one song and it's kind of like a double-edged sword because you love it and you want to listen to it again, but in another sense, you're scared that you're going to listen to it so much, you're just going to desensitize yourself to it and you're just going to get sick of the song. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I'll listen to a song a couple times, probably stick it on a playlist, a really big playlist. So the chances of me listening to it again is next to nothing. But then I'll go out of my way to try and find the song, and I'll probably just go listen to it again and just bore myself with it.
Do you like any of that kind of early chill wave stuff, like the first records from Neon Indian or Toro y Moi or like Washed Out?
I know like a couple.
The only one I've heard of is Neon Indian. I've heard of some of his stuff because
songs in GTA 5.
Yeah, like that stuff came out in the late 2000s, and that stuff is like a precursor to all of this very wavy synth wave music. And Keemstar actually didn't come too long after them, so you could actually consider that project sort of in that same sort of era. Although they've done a very good job of sort of. Even though that trend in a lot of ways kind of really came and went, they've done a pretty good job of really sticking to their guns and just being like, no, we didn't just like rise out of this because it was a trendy thing to do. Like we're literally just making this music again and again and again because this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
For me, like I don't like instrumental music not like much now. I used to like listen to like dubstep or something like in 2013 or whatever.
That was your cringe phase. A lot of dubstep.
Yeah.
The Linkin Park phase.
Yeah, but now basically like I think my favorite musical artist is Bones actually because
oh really
he's just really fucking
good. Are you still in?
Yeah.
I thought you stopped listening to Bones. Are you still in the Bones phase?
Yeah, I still listen to him.
Honestly though, I've listened. No, his music
because
is good. He did. I think it was Columbine, and there's literally this video which I think it was the first video Roman shown me, and it's literally Bones inside Columbine High School, and like I don't even think he was allowed to be there. It was a pretty distasteful.
Well, my first exposure to Bones was that mixtape that was a concept around Columbine.
Yeah,
and I thought the whole mixtape was terrible, and then he ended up coming out with some stuff later that I liked. So
yeah, basically like he's changing because he used to have this like very edgy aesthetic, but now like it's more over
very edgy school shooter aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly. But he's kind of changed a little bit. He's changed his sound and stuff. So I think I still listen to him because he actually like evolves himself as well. And I still do listen to like some of the older stuff because like the song that was in Columbine actually I think it's still a really really good song. And
his biggest song is it's HDMI, isn't it? That's the one that really blew him up. That's like his most success. Yeah, it's 5 million views on his channel.
Yeah, like the best fucking song ever is Rest in Peace. It's just so amazing. Have you listened? Do you know that one, Anthony?
Not off the top of my head, I don't think so.
It's like it's on Useless.
Is it? Okay, so then I have heard it. Is that the one where he sort of incorporates those scream vocals?
Yeah, it's like the crazy bass in the
yeah.
instrumental. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, a lot of the instrumentals off that tape are pretty fucking sick. Like the bass is really intense and it's super noisy, and oh man, that trap influence,
I'm watching the video now, 30 seconds in, and I already see the fucking Yeezy shoes.
It's not Yeezy, it's Y3, I think. Yoji Yamamoto.
I know what you're talking about. It's still like, it's Boosts though. It's like Adidas Boosts or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So both of you, what is your opinion on sort of Young Lean? What would both of you rate his last album?
Oh, the thing is, I personally haven't listened to Warlord. I think I was at a mate's house and he was like blaring it or something. And again, like the thing is, what you got to understand about Young Lean is you don't listen to it for Young Lean. You listen to it for the music. Do you know what I mean? Like for example,
the production. Like the beat.
A perfect example is Grey Goose. Like if you try to understand what he's saying, you're just gonna have a mental breakdown because it's some kind of snake tongue. You can't understand a single thing he's saying. But
it's even worse than me.
Yeah, but in retrospect, with Grey Goose, it is good. The music is really good. I like what because a lot of people make this argument that Young Lean is pretty much nothing without the Sad Boys, and in a sense, I can understand that because they do make really good music that accompanies with the with Young Lean. Because like I can see why people like his lyrics, if you can even call them that, like the kind of ramblings and mumblings, because it is kind of like psychedelic in a sense, and it is nice, but I'd much rather listen to most of the music instrumental, do you know what I mean? Instead of like some guy just like mumbling and like, I mean, Jesus, I've looked up lyrics for Young Lean and even the lyrics like on Genius, they're just like, sorry guys, we don't know what the fuck he's saying. You'll just have to wait.
Yeah, like in my opinion, Warlord was kind of shitty because like the only song from Warlord I liked is Hoover, and that's it pretty much. Because
Hoover was fucking banger, man.
Yeah, and
wake up with some like a Remy.
Yeah, I used to really like Young Lean like in 2014, 15, I guess, but like his unknown memory, yeah, that was a really good one. But like to Warlord, like I listened to a couple of songs and I just didn't like. It's not outstanding to me. It's just like an autotune mess over like something like a very like washed out beat. It's just not like I really much prefer Bones now to Young Lean because he's just, I don't know. At least he makes like actual coherent fucking sentences.
I mean, respect to him in a
music,
sense because he realized that he was a meme and he kind of
basically like there's a problem with Young Lean because he started off as a meme and now he's like a fucking heroin addict or something like.
But like I'm saying, it's good. Like respect to him because he took the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't like humble about it. Like his old stuff, like Ginseng Strip and Kyoto, that really blew up, and that's what people know him for. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking now. It's got like each one has got over 10 million views. That's what he's known for, and it genuinely is good music, you know. But then I think what he's tried to do is try more experimental stuff in an attempt to branch out, and it just hasn't really worked too well, honestly. I'll always listen to his older work like Ginseng, but I'm not too sure about his more recent stuff.
That's why I like Bones, because he's really diverse. He has like, you know,
yeah,
like
he doesn't fuck it up, does he? He's like, it's always like, at least like you can listen to the end of it, even if you don't listen to it again. At least you know, make it to the end of the track and you're like,
and he's got like a strong lyrical component to what he's doing too.
He's got like songs where he's singing and stuff, so it's like very diverse and nice.
There are a lot of music artists out there that, like you were saying in the case of Young Lean, that are super conscious of sort of the community of people out there who just genuinely enjoy meme humor.
Like ironic, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, not even just in an ironic way. Like, they genuinely enjoy memes, and they, you know, advance memes and repeat memes.
Say that like they just wake up, just got a post about the troll face or something. That's sort of a good meme to wake up to, guys. A good 2010 meme.
You know, there are a lot of artists out there who I think, in a way, just like their popularity is fueled in a big way by just, I don't know, how they interact with the internet and how they almost influence or encourage or even supply their fan base with material to sort of make memes of them. And then once those memes are made and people are sort of like, you know, sharing them on YouTube or in other places, like, you know, they actually don't go after them because they want them to share these memes around to sort of spread the word about whatever they're doing. And it seems like there's no common thread sort of linking all these artists together. Some of them are incredibly mainstream, like I think in the case of Drake. You know, Drake to me,
he's on like an SNL skit, like
you know, like he's really, he doesn't take himself too seriously, and he's really good at, you know, sort of advancing and sort of allowing people to kind of propagate these memes about him, because it only means more money for him at the end of the day. And then you have other artists like Death Grips, for example, who are sort of on the more obscure end of the music spectrum, spectrum, and they're more raw and more aggressive and experimental. But they themselves are very happy to sort of play into the very meme aware fan base. I don't know how aware you are of them, Pyrocynical.
It's actually interesting you brought that up, the thing with Drake, because I actually wanted to say, like, what do you think about like Kanye West? Like, did you think he's even more self-aware to the point that he's become a meme, or do you think he's actually that disassociated from actually being self-aware?
Well, he made the song that's I love Kanye, so that's a meme pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like
super self-aware, or just the complete opposite, and he's just like
I think he's super self-aware, but I don't think he's the type of artist who sort of encourages people to make memes about him per se. But I do think he is very self-aware, and he's very aware of what people say about him, and he's very aware of how people receive his music. I mean, even beyond that I Love Kanye track, the whole way that he promoted his last album, I think, was a show of just how self-aware he was, which I don't know how closely you followed any of that, but the whole process was that he was continually changing the album over and over up until the release of the record, changing the track list and changing the album cover, changing the title
Kanye
of
West
the album.
Kanye West has the fucking worst handwriting I've ever seen in my life.
And so, and I was actually talking with somebody who works over at Def Jam in the promotions department, and I was asking him, like, it seems like he had complete control over this, and when someone like Kanye West, sort of in such a crazy way, decides to promote his album like this, is anybody at Def Jam like sweating or being like, I don't know, what the fuck? He's like completely, destroying the company or something like that. And he was just like, as long as it gets attention, we just kind of let him do whatever he wants. And that's the thing, every single time he would change something about the record, it was reason for all these music websites to tweet about it and blog about it and mention it, and which gave people more reason to talk about it. And again, I don't think it's necessarily because he's trying to make a meme or anything, sort of in the way that, like, for example, the band Death Grips they put out this double album not too long ago called The Powers That Be, and the unorthodox thing about the album was that they released the first half far in advance of the second half, and the second half of the album was titled Jenny Death.
Jenny Death When?
Yeah, so Jenny Death When kind of became this big meme. And in the middle of the two records, they actually released this instrumental album, and all of the titles of the songs on the instrumental record spelled out Jenny Death When.
Yeah. I mean, I think like what Kanye did is, I mean, he's just hyping up the album so that more people like get it and more people become interested in it. But at the same time, it's a bit of a problem because he hypes up it to the points where people have very, very high expectations.
And you can't even meet the expectations. I think the album was not that
amazing, to be honest. So
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Once you have kind of used memes in a dark way, you've used the dark magic of memes.
Once you use the meme, you can never go back. You'll always have it just tied to your name until you die.
Once
this man has used memes in some manner or fashion.
Memes, not even once. Okay. so once you've used the dark side of memes, and you've hyped up with memes, whatever you're working on, that high, sort of so high in the way that a guy like Kanye West did, there's just no meeting the expectations.
Yeah,
so
that kind of ruins it.
It's like what you two were saying about him changing the album and the track.
It's a problem with everything.
In a sense, that was to hype it up. In a sense, you know what I mean? Like, this is going to be so big, it's got to be perfect,
Sure.
And it's, I feel again, it's just like another business strategy in a sense. Just changing it up and adding more variety. It's like this is going to be the best thing ever. It's like when you've got just fucking people promoting their videos on Twitter or something, it's just like, this video is going to be lit, fam. It's going to be the best video ever. And it's just like, it's nothing special. It's just another video, mate. Like, all right, calm down.
Sure.
It's like the problem with everything. Like, there's in the gaming industry, for example, like Half-Life 3 is just such a fucking meme. Like, and basically, like, everybody makes memes about it. Like, Half-Life 3 confirmed, whatever. Like, and it's just the expectations for this game is so fucking high. It's like, it's like unbeatable, pretty much. Like,
I reckon it's starting to die down now. The Half-Life 3 meme. It's 2 years ago. It was like the fucking biggest meme ever. but now I feel like it's starting to take a backseat.
Yeah, because people literally gave up on waiting.
Yeah,
it's just done.
Because Valve are actually, they're really mysterious about their games. You usually don't hear about it until like a couple months before a game's released, in a sense. And Valve pretty much now, they're a lot like Blizzard. They don't make new IPs and they don't make new games. They just invest what they've got. I mean, I'm pretty sure Valve can, every employee can feed their family for the next 5 generations, because the amount of retards betting their entire family to get a CS:GO.
Yeah. Skin insanity.
I mean, how long did people wait for that last Doom game though? So I mean, there's always a chance.
Oh, do you remember the backlash that the Doom game got, the multiplayer beta?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's weird as well, because I didn't really think the beta was that bad. I mean, it was mediocre and it was generic, but like it really didn't deserve the backlash it did. And then the game comes out and it's got like
everybody loves it. Yeah,
but that's probably because of the single player. To be fair, most people bought Doom for the single player, and the single player is good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I want to thank my 2 guests in this wonderful episode of the podcast. We have Nfkrz and we have Pyrocynical, and I thank you guys for coming on and talking about your channels and giving your opinion on the Popcorn Gnome and YouTube's broken monetization and DMCA system.
Don't forget the memes as well.
And we talked about memes, in-depth meme analysis, and we talked a little music. And I'm sure after this, we're probably going to have some dirty convos that the audience won't be privy to. But again, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. All of their info, their Twitter, their YouTube channels, all that's linked down there in the description box. And I hope you guys have a good one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
for having
us on the show.
Yeah.